Marley Bird and you're watching the Marley Bird YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful motif that I've called Ivy's Poppy. I've combined this motif to make a blanket called, coincidentally, Ivy's Poppy blanket. It's the perfect blanket for any little boy or little girl in your life. This one in particular is made for a little girl because I chose purple and pink colors. However, say you have a little boy that likes purple and pink, you could totally give it to them as well. Why don't you join me down here? I'm going to show you what you need to make this project. For this project, you're going to need some red heart with love in 3 different colors. I've used a purple and a pink and a tan, but you can choose any colorway you wish. You're also going to need a size H or US size 8 5mm hook, a darning needle, and I'm going to use some stitch markers today because I like those and they are a great way for me to show you where to put your stitches. Last but not least, a good pair of scissors. Go ahead and grab your materials and click on that link right there to get your free pattern and we'll get started. To get started with Ivy's Poppy motif, you're going to begin by chaining stitches and then working double crochets into that ring that is formed with those chain stitches. Once we get past that, we continue on doing double crochets in a chain 1, and then we do a set of double crochet clusters and chain 2s. Final round, this round right here, is a combination of double crochets and chains, or single crochets and chains. And I'm going to show you how to join as you go so that you don't have any seaming to do when the time that this blanket, if you choose to make the blanket, is complete. I'm going to move this aside and let's get started with the very first part, the very first motif. Now, if you're making the blanket, the first motif is the one that you make fully first, without any joining because there's nothing to join to. So we're going to begin with a slip stitch and put that directly onto our hook. If you need extra help with how to do a slip stitch or the chain stitch, there are several videos right here on the Marley Bird YouTube channel that you could take a look at. I'm going to begin by chaining 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to join with a slip knot or a slip stitch into the very first chain I completed. And what that's going to do is it's going to form a ring. And that ring is what I'm going to start building my motif on. Okay? Right there. The next set of instructions say to go ahead and chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And this chain 3 actually counts as a double crochet. So this is where my stitch markers come in handy. They come into play. So I'm going to grab my stitch marker and I'm going to put it into the chain stitch that's directly behind the one that's on my hook. So it's the 3rd chain I completed. I'm putting my stitch marker in there. That's going to let me know that when I come back around, that's where I'm going to join with the slip stitch to finish my rounds, okay? So there's my first chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. And now I want to put 23 more double crochets into this ring. So the ring space is this big old gap right there. See, I have my middle finger sticking right through that big hole. So I've yarned over my hook. I'm going to go into that hole, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2. So it's just a basic double crochet. Again, if you need help with the double crochet, there is a video right here on the Marley Bird YouTube channel to help you along. So there's 2 doubles. I'm going to do a couple more here. There's 3. And here's 4. Now, as you're going around, you can see I'm already starting to eat up my property here in my ring. And I want to remind you that if you're doing this correctly, you can actually just pull those stitches. Look, they just pull themselves around the ring, so it gives you more space to get all 23 double crochets in there. I want you to go ahead and complete your 23 double crochets. It's going to be 24 total because this chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Join me back here and we'll begin round 2. Okay, so you have completed your round 1. You have completed 23 full double crochets, and if we include this chain 3 right there, that gives us 24 double crochets. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to join with the slip stitch into that marked stitch right there to make this ring or this round complete. So I've joined with the slip stitch and the round is complete. If I set this down, you can see how nice and neat that is. We're not changing colors at this point in time. You're still continuing on with the same color, which is great. We are going to start off without turning. You're not going to turn your motif. we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can see in the pattern that this counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. So I'm going to take my marker out and I'm going to say, okay, looking at this chain 4, that means 1, 2, 3, that counts as a double, and the chain 1. So I want to mark my double crochet again so that I know that's where I'm going to join when I come back around. Once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to yarn over and working into the next stitch. So if I joined into this one, I'm going to work into this one. I'm going to put a double crochet right there. And then I'm going to chain 1. And working into the next stitch, I'm going to double crochet, chain 1. You see a sequence here, a pattern? I'm going to double crochet, chain 1. I'm going to do this all the way around for this round. So you're going to continue on doing a double crochet and a chain 1 all the way around. And what this is going to do is it's increasing our circle exponentially, so that way it will lay flat when it's all complete, and it won't buckle, it won't ripple, it won't do anything like that. And you're good to go. All right, so go ahead and complete this round. Join me back here and we'll begin round 3. So I have just completed round 2. We're going to begin round 3, and I want to show you how to change colors. So we want to make sure that we're changing colors in the slip stitch of this round. And to do that, all you need to do is you're going to stick your hook into the stitch where you want to join. And instead of yarning over your hook with your working color, you want to use your new color that you want to change to. And we're going to yarn over our hook with that color. When we do that and pull up a stitch or pull up a loop and then pull that through the loop that's on our hook, what that does is it allows the tan color here to still join without a color bleed, but it allows the pink to be our new color ready to go for this next part of our project. Okay? So what we want to do here is we're going to do a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's going to count as one part of the double crochet. Okay, for this double crochet cluster. So I'm not going to mark my stitch yet because it's not really completed. I'm going to yarn over my hook and I'm going to come over here to the chain 1 space. Remember we did a chain 4 and it was chain 3 plus 1. So we're going to come over here to this space, go in, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. So that's one partial double. Yarn over my hook, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. So that's 2 partial doubles. So this was my chain 3, which counts as a double, 1 partial, 1 partial. I'm going to yarn over and draw through all of them. By doing that, that makes this cluster right there complete with that top of the V of the top of the stitch. So I'm going to mark that as the end of my round. Okay? Once I do that, I'm going to chain 2 and I'm going to work a full double crochet cluster into this chain 1 space. So I've yarned over my hook, go into the space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, so that's 1. Yarn over my hook, go into the same space, yarn over my hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, that's 2. Yarn over my hook, go into the same space, yarn over my hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, that's 3. So I have 3 partial double crochets and my loop that was on my hook, so I have 4 loops total. Yarn over and draw through all of them, and that completes my cluster, okay? I'm going to go on, I chain 2, and I work a cluster in the next chain 1 space. You're going to repeat this all the way around the motif. When you get to the very end, we're going to join with a slip stitch, but we're going to change colors again. So go ahead, work your motif. Oh, I've been talking to you and doing the wrong thing. See, that's what happens. It's all right. I'm going to go back. I'm going to do my double crochet clusters. Go ahead and finish yours. Join me back here, and I'll show you how to move on to the last round. All right, so you have finished round 3. We're going to begin round 4, and it's time to change colors again. So I'm at my marked stitch. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go into the stitch, and instead of yarning over with my old color, which is the pink, I'm going to grab my new color, the tan, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, or draw through the loop that's on my hook, and I'm ready to go right there. Now for this next round, to make sure our loop is in the appropriate place, what I need to do is I need to go over here and we're going to just slip stitch right into that chain space right there, okay? Just, it puts my loop and my hook, everything where I need it to be. What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to chain one, and I'm going to work a single crochet into that same spot, okay? So I've started with a single crochet. I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to put a double crochet, chain 5, double crochet into the next chain 2 space. This is where I'm going to start building the hexagon of these motifs. 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to put another double crochet right here. Okay, so then I chain 3, I put a single crochet in this chain 2 space, chain 3, single crochet in the next chain 2 space, chain 3, and I put a single crochet in the next chain 2 space, chain 3, and I begin to do a repeat. So I yarn over my hook, and I'm going to work my double crochet, chain 5, double crochet right here into the next chain 2 space. So there's my double, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to put another double in the same spot. I'm going to set this down so you can see what we started working up here. So what this has done is we have this nice circle medallion, and we're starting to build out the hexagon of the actual motif. If I set this aside really quickly and I bring this one in, you can see this is one of the chain 5s, this is a chain 5, this is a chain 5, and then we have chain 5s down in these spots, but they're already joined to motifs that are already completed. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and complete this round, the chain 5 round. When you get back to the top over here where we began, you're going to join with a slip stitch into that single crochet and finish off. So finish off your first full motif, because you need that first full motif in order to join the next motif. Once you finish round 5, begin another motif, get it all the way up to round 5, join me back here, and I'm going to show you how to do a join as you go on your round 5 on your next motif to this completed one. All right, let's go. Okay, so you have completed one full motif, and you have started your second motif, and you're on the very last round, okay? So that's round 4, and you're getting ready to join it to your finished motif. What you would need to do is go ahead and get started on that last round, and when you reach one of the chain 5 spaces, what you're going to do is, if I were to turn this around, I would join this chain 5 space to this chain 5 space of the finished motif. And then you chain each chain 3 space, you're going to join those. I'm going to show you how to join those in just a second. And then you would match up the chain 5 spaces, okay? So once you would do that, you would carry on and just finish your round. Now for the purpose of this video, I'm going to actually show you how to join it to 2 motifs, because I figure if I show you how to join to 2, not only will you learn how to join it to only 1, but now you can carry on and you'll know how to join the rest of your motifs at all the different points you need to. So if I were joining just 1-on-1, it would look like this. So it would be 1-on-1. But as I move on into the blanket and I want to join into the sections like this, I want to join at 3 points, not just 2. And so if I were to rotate this around, what I would want to do is join this to this, this to that center, and this to that one. Also join my chain 3 sections together as well. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do. So what I have done is I've gotten started. I've worked 3 of the chain 5 spaces already just to have those complete so you can see orientation wise where the motif is compared to these. And so I am ready to begin my double crochet, chain 5 double crochet, and as I work it, I'm going to join it into this, okay? Now here's how you're going to join. It's really super easy. What we're going to do is we are going to change out a chain from that chain 5, so it's the center chain, and we're going to make it a slip stitch. By doing that, the slip stitch into this space over here actually will represent that chain, and it joins the new motif to the completed motif section or the completed blanket. So what I need to do is I've gone ahead, I've chained 3. It's time to do my double crochet into my chain section here. So I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2. So I've completed 1 double. Now this is where I would normally do 5 chains, but I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to come over here to the chain 5 space on the finished motif of where I want to join. And then going in from the back side towards the front, so it's as if my wrong sides are together. If they were side by side, it would be wrong sides together. I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and then pull through the loop that's on my hook. Now you'll notice I went through the entire chain 5 space. I did not work into a chain stitch. If you want to work into a chain stitch, you absolutely can. It's up to you, okay? I've done that slip stitch, so that represents my 3rd chain of my chain 5. So I need 2 more chains, and I'm going to finish off that area with my double crochet. You see that? So now it's time for me to chain 3, but again, I want this to join. So I'm going to chain 1. My center, chain 3, is going to go into that space right there, which is the chain 3 space absolutely adjacent to the one that I'm working on. I'm going to go into the space, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through the one that's on my hook. So now that slip stitch represents my 2nd chain. I'm going to do my last chain, and I come back over here and I work my double crochet into that chain 2 spot. Again, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to chain 1, come over here to the adjacent chain 3 where I want to join, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through the loop on my hook, do 1 more chain, come back to my working motif into the chain 2 space that I need to do my single crochet and join. We'll do that 1 more time. So I've chained 1. I'm going to come over here to the chain 3 space. Can you see that? Yarning over, pulling up a loop, pulling through the one that's on my hook. That represents my 2nd chain. So there's my 3rd chain, which is actually just 2 chains I've completed. And I'm coming back over here to the chain 2 on my working motif, and I'm going to do my single crochet. Now the next part is to do a chain 3. So I'm going to chain 1, come back over here to that chain 3, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through the loop on my hook, chain 1, and it's time for me to go into the double crochet, chain 5 double crochet. So I'm going to go ahead in the next chain 2 space on my working motif, do my double crochet, and this is where I have to do my join again. So I'm going to chain 2. Now, right here, these 2 motifs are already joined. They're all right there, okay? I can decide to go into that big gaping spot right there and join around all of that section, which kind of gets messy and really bulky. So for me, I'm going to choose to go through one of the chains or one of the joins, the chain join, the slip stitch join, how about that? Right there. And I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through the loop on my hook. Then I'll chain 2, do my double crochet back in the same spot on my working motif, and I carry on. Now I'm going to set this down so you can see. I'm going to try and orient it the same way as I have been showing you. You can see here, my chain 5 right here is now joined to that chain 5. And then all my chain 3s, I join them with the chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, single. Chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, single, all the way across. And now I have this beautiful lattice looking join, and I've come over here, I'm back to the double crochet, chain 2, slip stitch, chain 2, double crochet, which joins right here to this lovely center. Can you see how that one is the same right there? That's a section where all 3 meet, and that's how this one joins up. So if I carry on, chain 3, and I'm just joining these all the way, the next time I get to the chain 5 section, it'll join to this spot, and then I carry on and just finish up my round. After that's all complete, I have a completed join. See that? See how it's not coming apart? I don't have to sew in my ends. I don't have to weave in anything extra as far as seaming up a blanket, and it's all completed. It's totally child-proof. I love that. I want you to go ahead and finish up this round so that you have now 2 motifs joined. Carry on doing as many motifs as you want, or if you want to follow the pattern exactly, you can look at the pattern. The link is right there. One more time, it's available for free over at marleybird.com. Download the pattern and you can make exactly the same number of motifs as I have done and join them as you go. Now for this blanket pattern, I did do partial or half hexagon motifs, but to join those is just the same way as I've done this. You will join at the 3 points and you'll be good to go. It's super fun. Okay, now you know how to make Ivy's Poppy blanket, which is named after my niece, by the way. She's going to absolutely love this. She is only 2 years old, and she is just rambunctious, and pink is her favorite color, so I could just see her playing with her Barbie dolls and her teacups and everything on this blanket for many years to come. And I can guarantee that it's going to be nice and sturdy because of the join I used. I wove in my ends as I went around each motif. I want to encourage you guys to do that as well. Please do not just crochet over the ends as you're making each motif, because as the blanket gets washed over time, those ends start to come undone. So take the time to weave in your ends nicely and securely on the wrong side of the fabric. If you need help to do that, I have several videos right here on the Marley Bird YouTube channel showing you how my favorite way is to weave in the ends for all of your projects. I hope you enjoyed this project. Let me know if you decide to make this blanket. Show me the colors you chose. Better yet, show me a picture of the recipient of this blanket. I would love to see those. You can join my Facebook page, and there's a wonderful community over there of knitters and crocheters that enjoy each other's company and like to exchange topics and tips and just have a good time. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.